Yo, back at you with another episode. Coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Well. It is what it is. Like, share the video, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to tell my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yesterday, I let people come in and said what they thought. Well, last night, I should say. I let people come in and say what they wanted to say, and I saw what I saw online yesterday and today. Very interesting. Nothing surprises me, but very interesting. And, you know, I'm at this point in my life, I'm not really surprised at anything that I see, especially online. Because, you know, online you have a bunch of degenerates, weirdos, and freaks, along with a lot of foreigners. So online you're going to get a lot of degenerate behavior. It's going to be a lot of that. That's to be expected. So, and you know, keep in mind, I've been online for a long time. I've been doing this for over 15 years. So I've seen people come and go, you know, so I've been around. I've been doing this for over 15 years, which doesn't seem like a long time, but it's been over 15 years since I've been doing this. I had my first YouTube account 2006, my first YouTube account. This is actually my 7th YouTube channel that I've had on YouTube since 2006. What's up, Prince Diamond? What's good? Yep. So I've been around. I've seen YouTube change. I've seen. I was online during the MySpace days. That's how long I've been online, during the MySpace days. I remember when Facebook was strictly for college kids. And now look at what Facebook has become now. I remember when, if you told someone you had a YouTube channel, they would look at you like kind of strange and be like you some scam artist. That's how long I've been on YouTube. I remember those days. You know, that's seemed like many moons. That seemed like 100 years ago. You know? But, you know, there's a lot of, in regards to Kevin Samuels, there's a lot of dirty, degenerate, tacky, trashy journalism going on. You have people celebrating. You have media outlets basically slandering and name calling. And then you have people are celebrating a man's death. Now that, my friend, there's no excuse. There's no justifications for celebrating a man's death. I was taught that you never celebrate a man's death, not even your enemy. If it's your enemy, don't say anything. Rest in peace to him. Even your enemy, even if you hate his guts, don't say anything. But you never, ever celebrate a man's death. You have to be pretty broken and maybe even a scumbag to celebrate a man or a woman's death. And these same people online are the same people that don't like the truth. And in most cases, they don't have no respect for black men. That's what it really comes down to. They don't really have no respect for us. And see, I know that in this country, they don't care. They don't care about black men in this country. We're the most disrespected in this country, hands down. And see, when it comes to being online, we're kind of as black men, we're kind of expected to kiss ass and tell women what they want to hear and go and follow the status quo and not really say what's on your mind and not be yourself. See, we're the only guys that are kind of expected to do that. Other guys, no. Other guys can do whatever they want to do for the most part. Now, every once in a while, these other guys might get tapped on the hand a little bit. But for the most part, they can say what they want to say, and they're not going to be ostracized, or no one's going to really bother them. And if you don't believe it, there's a lot of these guys have YouTube channels. They say what they want to say, when they want to say it, about who they want to say it all the time. And they don't bother them. And the ones that do have their channels pulled down or video pulled down, look how long it took them. It took them years for that to happen. Only take what? 2 hours for me to get a video pulled down. 2 hours. Or the next day. Or next week. They'll pull a whole damn video down. And don't even give me a reason why. This type of stuff doesn't happen to other people. It doesn't. Now, you might be one of those guys that say, well, it ain't never happened to me. Well, you might not be doing much. You might just be a cog in the wheel. You going along to get along. And if that's the case, well, you'll have a nice little cushion. You know, you might not have a whole lot of problems with anybody. You'd be a nice little Negro. And if you're happy with being that way, cool, but don't complain. Just don't complain. Don't complain when you don't get a lot of opportunities, and when women act like you're invisible, or when you have just enough money to get by. Don't complain. That's all I'm saying. You can be like the average man and woman. Just work your little job 40 hours a week and do that for the rest of your life. But just don't complain. That's why I always say, I don't tell nobody what to do. I tell people what I did, and you should go out and try it, and it might work for you. And I give people universal principles that's been scientifically proven to work for most people. But I don't give orders, and I'm not nobody's leader. You should become your own leader. But the problem is in this country, you have, especially online, people will have bad leadership skills. A lot of people have been raised by single parents. And then you have some people Their parents was around, but they wasn't really around, if you know what I mean. Their parents weren't really shit. Even though they might be around, they still ain't shit. So I don't know what's worse. I don't know if your parents not being around is worse than having your parents around and they don't teach you shit. I don't know which is worse. You tell me. You know? But see, we have this little thing where we're looking for some perfect. If the black male is talking about anything that makes sense, he has to be perfect, kind of like Super Nigga. You know, he has to be holier than thou. He can't make no mistakes, and we as a people, we have to agree with everything he's saying. And if he's not agreeing with everything that I think or you think, he's disrespectful and he's a hater. And this only happens to us. It doesn't happen to any other guy in society. Because we're, as black men, we're expected to go along with the status quo. Kiss ass, tell women what they want to hear, and stay in your place. If you don't do that, it's going to be a lot of backlash, a lot of hate, a lot of disrespect, and you're going to become a problem. That's where a lot of that hate and disrespect is coming from towards Kevin Samuels. Now, I guess let's keep in mind, I didn't agree with everything that he said. Who the hell does? Who the hell agrees with everything everyone's supposed to say? We can always agree to disagree. God damn. Let's not act like kids. Let's be adults that you're supposed to be. It's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with somebody. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't get along. One thing I can say about Kevin Samuels, he was doing something that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to talk to women. I never really wanted to do one-on-ones with women. Fuck that. That's way too much time and way too much patience. I never wanted to go down that rabbit hole, you know, because I'm not gonna kiss no woman's ass. If you fat and you don't look good with 2 kids and you gonna ask me, do you deserve a man that's successful, that's making 6 figures? I'm gonna tell you, hell no. And it ain't no man in his right mind making 6 figures that's successful wants an overweight woman with 2 kids. And he don't got no kids? That don't make sense. How do you justify that? And he told these women the truth the majority of the time, and they didn't want to hear it. And the worst part about this is they called him up on the phone and asked for his opinion, and they turned around and got mad. What the hell's going on? How the hell am I going to call you on your phone, ask you for advice, and get mad? Make that make sense for me. That don't make no damn sense, man. So smash the like button, share the video. The Godfather was trying to make us see the future and change it. Exactly. Exactly, Quinn. You know, that don't make no damn sense. So we can learn something from his situation. And I've seen this type of shit before because in this country, they don't give a damn about black men, don't give a damn about black women, don't give a damn about kids. Hell, they don't even give a damn about white women. So you know who's left. Shit. You know who's left. So these women are being bamboozled. They're falling for it, and they've been falling for it. Baton Rouge is in the house. Exactly. So these women they've been falling for it.
Again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does.
And they've been women. They've been being hoodwinked, and you always had women even back in the day have always been there's always been a small group of women that always work with the other side, work with the enemy, so to speak. So this is nothing new, you know. But you got to look at the type of women that have something to say negative about Kevin Samuels. Look at them. Just look at them. Most of them probably overweight, unfit for marriage or any type of long-term relationship. Most of them probably got kids out of wedlock, or most of them are old and broken. Think about it. What type of person would say something negative about a person that has a proven track record of helping people? Now, if you have a proven track record of helping people, it's going to be hard for me to really to really say something negative about that. I can't go against that. Now, some people would say, well, he's a little opportunist. Yeah, living in Atlanta, yeah, that's kind of common living in Atlanta because of the environment down there. However, if the good outweighs the bad, hey man, there's nobody perfect. Everybody's a work in progress. I get it. I'm not perfect either. But see, we got this God complex. And we put people on a pedestal and we act like they're supposed to be our savior. And a lot of people need to get up out of that way of thinking. If you want a leader, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror if you want a leader. See, this is why I always say we don't need more education in this country. We need better leadership. That's what we need. If education was the solution, it would have happened already. It's crazy how he just did a live video. The next morning, he was already dead. Shit happens fast, bro. You could be here one day and gone the next. Shit happens fast. The truth only hurts those it applies to. Yup. And the truth don't have to be validated either. The truth don't have to be validated. Always remember that. Truth don't have to be validated. Truth don't have to be validated, man. You know? Rest in peace, Kel. Happy you did not die alone. Yeah, that's I heard somebody was there. Yeah, that's that I agree with that. You know, one of the worst things that could happen to somebody, in my opinion, is to die and nobody's around, or something happened to you and nobody's there, and you die alone. That's one of the worst things that could happen to somebody, in my opinion. You know, you got no friends, no one really cares about you, and nobody really comes to visit you because you're a single guy or girl, and something, and you just, I don't know, maybe you have a heart attack or whatever, or you pass out, and you don't even have enough time to make a phone call. You pass the fuck out and die, and you stay there for weeks, days and weeks. Your mailbox get full, or you start missing days, or somebody at your job might say, "Hey, he ain't been here in a week. He no call, no show. I'm gonna go to his apartment and check up on him." And you ain't answered the door, and you go to the management at the apartments where you stay at and be like, "Yo, can you give me a key or something? Or can you open the door? Cause he ain't been to work in 2 weeks." And you open the door, you in there, laid out, stinking, dead as hell. That's some sad shit, man. That shit happened to my uncle. That shit happened to my uncle, man, in New York City. That happened to my uncle. But he didn't die, though. He ended up, he was laid out on the damn floor. But that happened to my cousin. That actually happened to my cousin. You know, and luckily my uncle, he didn't die. You know, he didn't die. Not at that moment, anyway. But that's some sad shit, though. What up? So don't be a goddamn what they call it? I came up with a word for this shit. Don't be a hermit. Don't be a hermit. Don't be one of those guys that you don't want to deal with no woman, none whatsoever. Fuck women. I'd rather just be by myself. I don't want no friends. I don't deal with no family. Don't be a goddamn hermit, man. That's crazy. You know, that's not normal. You might need to go talk to somebody. Human interaction is normal. I'm not saying you got to call up everybody all the damn time, but avoiding human interaction is not normal. That's not cool. Some people will say, "Well, just go buy a sex doll or some crazy nonsense, or look at porn, some crazy nonsense." Nah, that's not cool, man. I don't promote no shit like that. It's a horrible way to die and no one is there, not a proper, burial. Yeah, that shit ain't cool, man. Always check in with someone every day. Yeah, you know, because, you know, there's some people they might be the only child. They might not have no brothers or sisters or whatever. And they might not have no, maybe one aunt or uncle, and they might have died. And all they might have is cousins left. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really have close friends like that, especially if you live in a big city. It happens all the time, you know. But you gotta, if you're gonna do anything massive and make a difference out in this world, you can't go at it. You can't do everything by yourself. There's no such thing as a self-made man. That's bullshit. You can't do everything by yourself. That's bullshit. A lot of people have listened to these damn rappers, and they say a lot of shit that sounds good. There's no such thing as I'm a self-made millionaire. That's bullshit. I love Tupac, but that was some bullshit that he was saying. I'm a self-made millionaire. And that's bullshit.
Again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok. This is what he does.
Yeah, so don't fall for that shit. And they'll tell you go get a sex doll. And you know what they're going to tell you next? They're going to tell you, if you can afford it, go buy a robot now. For like what? 40, 50,000. Go buy a robot now. With the AI, they can program the AI in the robot. You can get the AI robot to do anything you want, any type of female traits, characteristics. That's what they're gonna tell you now. Go buy a robot. 40 bands. That's what they're gonna tell you now. Go now. You don't need no kids. You don't need no kids. You don't need no family. Just buy this robot. That's all you need. Give me 40,000. My money back guarantee. Any problems, just bring it back to us, and we'll follow up with you anytime. That's what they're gonna tell you now. You know, and a lot of people gonna buy into it. Kevin is telling everybody he was 52 years old, but he really was 56. Oh, okay. I didn't know how old he was. You know, I didn't know how old he was. Yo, smash the like button. Share the video. Yeah, I didn't know how old he was, but it's too young to die, in my opinion, I mean, really, man, once you hit, life don't really begin until you hit 30. For real. Life don't really begin until you hit 30. A lot of people, you might not like that, but that's really the truth. That's really the truth, man. And if this don't show you where you stand in this society, I don't know what else will. I wonder what they're gonna say about me when I pass away online. Shit. I don't give a shit what they say about me online. Never have, But you got another thing you have to keep in mind. Every time a black male dies of with high social status in this society, they always try to slander and demean them in some type of way. They'll be like, oh, he died because he was on drugs. Oh, he was gay. Oh, he was a misogynist. It's always something like that. When you die, if you're a black male, when you die, they always do that to us. We never go out on a clean slate. They did it to Kobe Bryant. They're doing it to Malcolm X. They're doing it to Martin Luther King. They always do that to us. We never leave on a clean slate. And it's always them damn foreigners, black foreigners, that they get to do a lot of the dirty work online too. That's another thing you have to keep in mind. A lot of these black foreigners, they're not our friends. I know that might rub some people the wrong way too. That's the truth. A lot of them black foreigners, they have a lot of jealousy and envy towards us. Those are the people, majority of the time, the foreigners, they get them to do the talking. These are the ones that are on ESPN, CNN. Most of these people, if you do a little background on them, most of these people have Caribbean backgrounds. Most of them, if you do a little research on all of them, most of them have Caribbean backgrounds. Stephen A. Smith, you name it. They all have Caribbean background. But they'll hire those people and have them come up with it. They'll say what the white guys want to say. But see, the white guys are not going to the white guys can't say what they want to say because they'll say they're racist. But they'll get the black person, the foreign black person, to say it. And you can't say he racist. You can say he's a hater, you know. So that's the games that they play online and within the mainstream media. And this has been going on. This is nothing new. You know, I've been watching this shit for 20 years now. And keep in mind, I've been online for 15 years. This is not a new space for me. I got my first channel 2006. This is nothing new for me. Said he was assassinated? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, especially down in Atlanta. The circumstances of his death is too. I wouldn't be surprised down in Atlanta, you know. Yeah, smash the like button. This don't got nothing. That's way off topic, bro. We ain't talking about no slavery. Nah, you off topic. You look like a troll. Let me get you up out of here. You off topic. Like a motherfucker. Nice try. We're not talking about slavery. I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't heard no details of what happened to him. So that's another trick. If you don't hear no details of what happened to well-known people, black people, especially, it's been proven over the years that it's some type of fuckery going on. This has been proven to be true over the past, since I've been living. Shit. Is he trolling? I think so. I think he is trolling. Yeah. This has been like going on for like ever. Whenever somebody dies suspiciously, it's usually some type of fuckery going on. You don't hear how the person died, or people are just throwing around all these different ideas, and they never get to the bottom of it. And even the police report is suspect. It's usually some type of fuckery going on. You know? That's been proven to be true over the since I've been living, and even before I've been born. That's usually how that is. Smash the like button, and don't forget to check out the Patreon, man. Mississippi in the house. The man was a messenger from God. Maybe so, Paul Green. I'm not going to disagree with that. It's hard for me to disagree with that. You know. Yo, smash the like button. Share the video. Well, yeah, you have a lot of dirty journalists. Hey, somebody in his family need to file a lawsuit on these damn networks for slander. Or I don't know who it, you know, who I don't know who, you know, I don't know who anything about his family or whatever. Somebody need to file a lawsuit. For real. You know, this only happens to us. We never leave out on a clean slate. They gotta throw, he gay, or you know, he's on drugs, you know, it's always, he had a bunch, he was a misogynist. He had a bunch of women. You know, it's always something. You know, he was a criminal. It's always something when it comes to us, boy. We can't leave out on it. They don't let us rest in peace. They don't let us rest in peace. No, They'll slander us they'll slander us for 20, 30 years. This only happens to us, though. It doesn't happen to anybody else. You know? Only us. And a lot of these women are joining the party. They're dancing, jumping up and down. They were doing that even before the reports really came out. During the rumors about Kevin Samuels, you had these degenerates online jumping up and down, shaking their ass. I'm like, what? What the hell is going on? What type of behavior is this? Foolish behavior is this? Some of these men and women need to be dealt with. It's bad leadership, man. That's all it is. These other groups of people would not tolerate this shit. You realize that, right? Other groups of people, they would not tolerate these type of people. They would be dealt with. They call them bottom feeders. Useless eaters. That's what these other groups of people call people that are bottom feeders in their community. Useless eaters. They disown the bottom feeders in these other people's communities. They don't give them no helping hand or fuck them people. As a matter of fact, it's been plenty of politicians that have had relatives that were dirt poor and they disown them, man. Once they got a little money, got rich, they disown them, son of a bitch. You know, it don't matter if they were brother, sister, cousin, especially white folks, they disown them motherfuckers, boy. Shit. They say, hey, I ain't got no brothers. It's just they'll leave they'll leave from home and move to the big city and get some money and start living good. They'll never go back home to their hometown. White folks don't fuck around like that. Salute, Mississippi in the house. I wonder, will some link his death to the Illuminati and cloning issues I have seen in the past? Strange what human can think of at times. Yeah, man, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised. You know? I mean, they are cloning people. That's a fact. I mean, they're cloning everything. They're cloning dogs. They're cloning everything now. So they're definitely doing that for real. Marlon Brando's dies. Brando. Richard Pryor dies. Rich sucked Brando's. Who was Brando before Rich? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, well, Richard Pryor, he didn't give a fuck. So you can Richard Pryor aired out all his dirty laundry. So that didn't work with him. You know, he didn't give a shit. You couldn't shame him or make him feel bad, or they couldn't do anything to Richard Pryor because he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a damn. Oh shit! You know. Well, yeah, man, they be, they'll lie on us for eternity.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Drag our names out. Hell yeah. We be dead 20, 40, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Every 10 years, they come up with a new lie. First, it said Martin Luther King was a what? First, it said he was a pimp. Then it said he was an abuser and had more than one woman now. What else they gonna come up with? You know what they gonna say next. He was a homosexual. That's what they gonna say next. That's the worst. That's probably the worst thing you can say about a black male. You're a homosexual. That and a rapist. The two of the worst things you can say about a black male. Homosexual and a rapist. A lot of white women know this. A lot of white women know what time it is when it comes to that. You know who does that a lot? Do the rape thing a lot, and the drug play the drug card and the rape card a lot. Kim Kardashian does that a lot. Kim Kardashian does that a lot. She'll start crying and be like, "Oh my gosh, I got married because I was drugged. I didn't know what I was doing. I was drugged. Oh my gosh." Kim Kardashian do that all the time. That's always her get the hell out of the way. That's like her get what do you call it? She always looking for a pass. She'll use the drug pass. Oh, I was so high. I was so drunk. You know, I didn't know what I was doing.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
She does that shit a lot, boy. She be on the damn reality show Oh, I got married the first time. I was high. I didn't know what I was doing. Shit. A lot of white women do that shit. I was drugged. I was out of my mind. And a lot of brothers have gotten locked up because of that shit. So you got to be careful with them white women. I wonder if the CIA and feds or other organizations of the government have taken out people. Oh, hell yeah. There's plenty of proof, plenty of evidence of that shit. You know, plenty of proof, plenty of evidence. You know, and a lot of this shit, man, it's you can pull that shit up online. Anything that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago, you can pull that shit up online now, man. Or go to your, I don't know, courthouse or city hall, or go to the Library of Congress. Library of Congress has everything. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't put that out there. Well, it's too late now. Shit. It's too late now, you know. Yeah, man. So, hey, you know, this is something that we can definitely learn. I always say you're on your own out here. Most people that you know, especially the people that you don't know, they're against you. They're not your friend. So don't get it twisted. Just because someone smile with you and treat you nice, that doesn't mean that they're on your side and that y'all friends. And just because a woman lays down with you, that doesn't mean anything. That was just fun. So don't get it twisted. Some of y'all think the white woman is going to save you, or some other woman from some other group is going to save you. Nope. Only person that's going to save you is your goddamn self. So you never forget that. That's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, because they have this Jesus complex, like somebody's coming to save them. Nobody's coming to save you. Forget about it. Nobody's coming to save you. I learned this when I was about 32. I realized nobody was coming to save me. So I had to figure out things on my own, and I had to make do. And I was going to have to learn along the way. And I was going to have to get out my comfort zone and meet people, go to conferences, travel, and meet more people. And I had to learn the skills to pay the bills, regardless if I had a job or not. And I realized that I can't depend on no goddamn job for my livelihood. Because these jobs, they'll let you go tomorrow on your day off. They'll fire you on your day off. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you go down there and file for unemployment, and they'll deny you unemployment. So now you playing the games, going back and forth. The job say this, you say that. That's going to take 2 to 3 months before they come to a decision. By that time, your bill's all backed up. 3 months, your bill all backed up. You damn near evicted, about to be evicted. Well, some states, you evicted, or damn near evicted, or about to be evicted. You know, your bill's all backed up. Your car payment you had, shit, that might be gone. Your car might be gone. You all fucked up because that's the only income you had. I was like, this will never happen to me ever again. I'll never depend on a job ever again. Hey, it's nice to have a job. I'll work it until it's time to move on. But I'm never going to put my livelihood in one thing. One thing is a recipe for a disaster. One car, one shoes, one woman, one hat, one income. I think you see where I'm going with this. I think you see the point already. One of anything is a bad idea. You know? One leader, it's just always a bad idea. You got to become your own leader. And you got to fellowship with other guys, and y'all can do things together and create a better life for you, them, and your family, and their family. That's the best thing you can do. If you're waiting on some politician to help you, you're going to be waiting for a long time, buddy. You know? You get caught up with all these entertainers and athletes, rappers, actors, and actresses. They're like hoes. They worse than hoes today. The athletes and entertainers are worse than hoes today. You know, you gotta think about this shit for a second. You got a lot of these rappers, entertainers. A lot of these people, especially the ones that's been around for 10, 20, 30 years. I don't know if you realize this shit or not. A lot of these people ain't never worked a job. Do you realize that? This is a revelation for your ass. A lot of these people ain't never worked a job. They ain't never worked a job. So you listening to what the hell they're trying to tell you about the music business and all that bullshit and starting some business. These people ain't never worked a job. What the hell they gonna tell you? If you go to them and ask them for some advice, you're gonna be shocked what they might say to you. They might tell you, you gotta get it how you live, player. Gotta get it how you live. You be like, what the hell that mean? Might have to go out on them streets. Fool, I ain't no dope boy. I'm too old for that shit. I ain't going out no damn street. A lot of them is gonna tell you that. You look at them on TV and you be like, man, he rich. He made it. I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. Bullshit. You're not willing to do all that shit they did. You're not willing to do all that shit they did. You know how many people they done lost along the way? You know how many times they've been threatened? People have threatened to kill them along the way. And even still to this day, a lot of them get death threats. But when you see them on the stage performing, you look up to them. You think they're special. You see them on stage jumping up and down like some old monkey or fool. And they 40, 50 years old, still performing. But they say they filthy rich. And they on tour. So think about this for a second. You got a 50-year-old man on a nationwide tour with his homies and a couple of girls on a tour bus. And he's supposed to be super rich, right? And if you ask him, hey, why are you on tour? Oh, man, it's about the culture, man. It's about the culture. Bullshit. You crazy? If I got enough, if I got the money that I claim I got, and I'm 53, 55 years old, and I live in Hollywood or wherever in LA, I'm not getting on no tour bus going on no nationwide tour with the same motherfuckers that I started off with. Are you crazy? I'm not doing a damn thing for no culture. At 55, and you believe that bullshit. And they be like, oh, he still got all the money he had from 20, 30 years ago. Bullshit, that money gone. They done got robbed when they went to LA and New York. They let the white people done robbed them damn near all the damn money they had. I remember Dick Gregory, who was talking about a lot of these so-called rap moguls, the ones that a lot of y'all like. Y'all respect them. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't got to call no names. All of them. It ain't that many of them. There's only a hand or 4 or 5 of them. That they get they're the ones that white people kind of co-sign, hey, y'all deal with them niggas. Y'all get the deals for us. Y'all go get them and bring them to us. Then we'll give you the deal. And they supposed to be hood niggas, right? Out in them streets, putting in that work. And when they go around when they go around the white people, boy, they humble then, boy. That's disgusting. That's what Kevin Samuels was exposing. That's why they didn't like him. Because he was exposing a lot of them scumbags and a lot of these women that y'all seem to look up to. That's what he was going to do. That's what he was doing. That's why they didn't like him. How many of these hood niggas was cool with Kevin Samuels? How many of them you seen on camera with Kevin Samuels? None of them. That's what he was going to expose. That's where he was going. But a lot of us so short-sighted, we don't even think that far. He did something that I've never seen before. He started from the bottom with no corporate backing, no corporate money, and had radio stations and these mainstream outlets talk about him, call his name. I ain't never seen nobody do that shit. Love him or hate him. Whether you agree or disagree with it, I ain't never seen nobody do that shit. And I've been doing this shit for 15 years. I ain't never seen nobody do that. Not without hiring a damn PR team, a PR agency. If you want to get famous, just hire a PR firm. But I ain't never seen nobody did it the way he did it. Even the white guys ain't never done it like that. See, when you start exposing people, the people don't like that. People don't like that shit. You become a problem. Cause see, as a black man, we're supposed to be humble. You know, we're not supposed to. If you tell the truth, that's radical, especially if you're dealing with the alphabet community and the foreigners. If you tell the truth, if you're honest, that's radical. That's a radical way of thinking. You're supposed to come in humble. You're not supposed to be yourself. You're supposed to smile and giggling and see. There's a lot of shucking and jiving online. You celebrating a man's death. You know how tacky, broken you have to be to do some shit like that. You can't even justify that shit. And I, I don't listen to a lot of people online, but I've been listening to other people's channel over the past 24 hours. And some people let people come on and say what they want to say. And I'm just listening to what people are saying. So you mad at somebody because they tell you the truth. Now, they never said he's a liar. But I ain't like his delivery. I ain't like what he was saying. But is it the truth? Are you overweight? Yes or no? Yeah, but I still think I deserve better. No, you don't. You don't deserve shit. You only deserve what you're worth. That's it. You don't deserve shit. Nobody owe you anything. But see, you have so many people that are entitled. They feel like they're holier than thou. They're above reproach. No. And the reason why a lot of black women, or just a lot of women in general, think they're above reproach because they don't respect guys. Or they don't respect certain guys. They don't respect us. I know that much. We're the most disrespected in this country. If someone that doesn't respect you, there's nothing you can say that they're gonna like. Keep that in mind. Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
So that's been my observation over the past 48 hours. Sad, but true. A lot of shucking and jiving, butt kissing, people shaking their ass, celebrating a man's death, which is tacky and degenerate behavior. Scumbag. And you have to be a broken person to do that. I wasn't raised that way and I wasn't trained that way. And I don't agree with everything he said. But there's something called there's a certain way you have to carry yourself as a man. You have to be a man of discipline, class, compassion, respect. That's how you should carry yourself. This is how you should think. You should think highly of yourself. I was taught never celebrate a man's death. Never wish death on anybody because you can't come back from that. can't come back from death. And then they can't come back and speak for themselves. That's how I was taught. I always wondered how week in and week out, he always came up with interesting topics twice a week for his 2 shows and weekly. They were creative topics. Yeah. Yeah. You know, but man, it's almost 1 o'clock. Yeah, I didn't, I only wanted to be on air for an hour, you know. So, hey, don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and Cash App. I hit the Cash App, you know. Oh yeah, you know, it's like this is just been my observation of what I saw. And I let people come on last night and say what they wanted to say. And I didn't stop them. I let them speak their piece. And that was it. Now, did I agree with everything everybody said last night? No, I didn't agree with everything everybody said last night. But I think a lot of times, a lot of us, we don't see the big picture, the big scheme of things. We just look at one little clip, disagree with that. I'd be like, oh, fuck him. You know, we're kind of short-sighted, you know, when it comes to a lot of things. We don't see, everybody's not seeing the same, everyone don't see the same thing. A lot of us are slow. We're slow. No. Yeah, a lot of us are slow. A lot of us, we have to catch up sometime. And some of us are never going to catch up. That's just how that is. You know, some of us are just not going to make it. You know, some people are too weak, broken, and unfit. And the thing is, a lot of us think we're something else that we're not, with no proof of anything. Some people just, they feel like they're a certain type of person. And if you ask them, hey, how did someone tell you that? No. Well, why do you think you're a good woman? I just think I am. I'm a good catch. What? How many guys you got calling you? None. Well, how do you know you're a good woman? That don't make no sense. If no guy's calling, if no guy hanging with you, you probably not a good woman. That's like some guys will say, well, I'm marriage material. Well, how many times you been married? None. Oh, did a woman want to get married to you? No. Have you ever been engaged? No. Well, how you know you marriage material? You just as crazy as these women out here. This is what you got out here. You got people don't know who they are. They think that there's something with no proof, a concept. Damn. And they don't want to work on themselves. Most people don't. They want everybody else to change except for them. I'd be like, in the real world, that shit don't work out that way. No. In the real world, you have to put in some work on your damn self. You did. But they don't want to hear that. You know, they want to live in la la land. But hey, man, it is what it is. So hey, man, that's about all I got. Unless anybody wants to come on and say something. I'll put the link in here. Join the conversation. Join the conversation. Yeah. Yeah, join the conversation. If you want to talk about anything. But other than that, let me get up out of here. Nobody got anything to talk about. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. That's interesting. But what the hell? Oh. Well, you consider retire outside the United States? Yeah, I've said that a long time ago. I've said if everything if things went to hell for me personally here in America, uh I would I would probably move to Thailand, someplace like I'd probably move to Thailand. Yeah, I said that before. I said that a long time ago. I said that when I was in my 20s. Yeah, I said I'd move to Thailand. Or yeah, I said Thailand. That's because that's the only place that I like really liked. Like really, really like Thailand. Just chill, laid back, the weather's nice and hot sometimes. Um, it's kind of tropical, you know. So yeah, I've always said that. And at one point I said maybe Australia, but I don't know about Australia. I kind of fell back on Australia over the past years. Um, yeah, I kind of fell back on Australia. I wouldn't go to Australia. I wouldn't move to Australia. I probably would. Thailand is probably the first in line for me at this point. You know, yeah, that's just me though. Some people said Colombia or whatever. Yo, shout out! Thanks for the Cash App, Mississippi. Yeah, yeah. Thailand would be first on my list. And some people would say, what about Colombia and Brazil? I never been to Colombia or Brazil, so I can't say, you know. And even I wouldn't just listening and seeing what I seen on camera about Colombia. I don't think I would move there. I think I could spend a lot of time there, but I think I could do Brazil. But the only problem is I don't speak the language. I don't speak Spanish and I don't speak Portuguese. So that's a hurdle right there. So, you know, it ain't a lot of people that speak English in Brazil. I don't speak Portuguese. You know, and I don't think there's a lot of people that speak English in Colombia. You know, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So that's just how I see it. I don't, you know. If you don't know the language, you don't know the culture. For the most part, that's usually how you go, hand in hand. So I like being able to communicate with people on my own. I don't want to depend on somebody else to communicate for me. They can't speak the way I would speak. And I don't believe in people pull out the damn cell phone, Google Translator. Man, you can't depend on that shit long term, especially if you live there or spend the majority of your time there. That shit ain't gonna work. Come on, man. But that's just me, you know. But hey, man, hit the Cash App, you know, all that good stuff. Till next time, I'm out. Peace. Did you like that video? If you want more of that, it's right here. Boss Life Secrets on Amazon.com. And share this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.